and basically came to the conclusion that both are possible. But when you look at the ways that the translators have landed on this, as they say, the vast majority have elected to say that it is chief and not Rosh. And I would also say, looking at this list, and I just basically took this from Bible Hub, which is the one that gives you a bunch of different versions. So I didn't go cherry picking these versions or anything. But it does seem that the newer versions, anything in the last 20 years, have all elected to translate it chief as opposed to Rosh. Ralph Alexander makes a pretty strong case for the Hebrew, that is to say that the correct translation is chief and not Rosh. I have it on the screen here, but I'm not going to read it. J. Paul Tanner makes a strong case that Rosh can't be a meaning with Russia, and his main defense, besides the Hebrew, is that there is no biblical place named Rosh. You know, all these other places that we talked about, they're in the Bible, they're in Josephus, they're in, ancient history. We've got all kinds of places to go find this, but Rosh isn't anywhere in the ancient world. And then J. Paul Tanner also goes through showing how late in the game the name Russia's etymology came to be, and it just doesn't make any sense for it to be there. Now, I understand that somebody that believed that this is talking about a future theory with Russia, none of this would matter to them because they would just think, the Bible just envisioned the future with Russia, so it doesn't really matter that it wasn't anywhere in the ancient texts. And while I tend to agree with that, it just would not be in line with everything that we just read, which all seem to be based out of the Table of Nations in Genesis 10, in which all of those were biblically real nations that existed in the Bible and in history. So this would be a big departure from that, and you would expect something to mesh with it, and it just doesn't seem to make sense there. All right, that does it for part 3. You can go to the website BibleProphecyTalk.com, where you can sign up for the podcast or the email list, or just get this video if you're interested in that as well. Next time, I think we will be dealing with who Gog is, or what Gog is. We have to figure that out first, I suppose. So check it out then. We'll see you next time.